Hello, Madonna fans and friends, and it's time for a very special anniversary. I think you all know which one this is. It is the Girly Show's 30th anniversary, and I'm so excited about this. I mean, this is one of those tours, and as I will talk about in this video, I did not get the chance to see this in concert. It's one of the three concerts I missed, but it is also one of my favorites of hers. I mean, the choreography, the costumes, of course, the erotic album is another favorite of mine. Just so many aspects to this tour that we're going to discuss in this 30th anniversary episode. We're going to hear from other fans and their memories. We're going to talk about all aspects from if you saw the show, what did you think, to most of us who saw the HBO special. And so we're going to have a lot of fun in this episode. So let's get into it. Let's just start right at the beginning. Wow, what an entrance. I mean, I think this is one of the reasons that we didn't get so many performances in the United States, but Carrie Ann Inaba coming down on that pole in the beginning of the concert was iconic. Just absolutely amazing. You know, a lot of people know her now, but she was just starting out. She was a dancer, and of course, there's so many amazing stories from the dancers on MLVC podcasts that they've shared over the years. And they're doing a special reunion today later on. So make sure you check it out. Go to eventbrite.com for MLVC podcast 30th anniversary reunion special. But yes, erotica to begin. Madonna comes out as Dita in the full outfit, the mask, the whip, everything. It is absolutely breathtaking and stunning. The staging is amazing. The backdrop staging that we could see different compartments in the background of the dancers that's utilized throughout the performances, and Madonna in that middle of that three ring circus effect, which you can really see when you get the Girly Show book that they put out after. Um, to really see, like from an aerial view, just how cool the staging was. Um, and it was just setting the stage and the mood for the whole show, that this is Dita's show. She is going to command the stage. You are going to go on a journey with her. You're going to live and experience everything, every emotion, from sexuality to humor to fashion to uh, you know, the social commentary of the times. You know, we were dealing with AIDS then, and we were dealing with so many dark issues that Madonna tackled. But this was how she introduced all of it, and it was just an amazing, one of the more amazing introductions of a tour of Madonna's. The next segment of the Curly Show is so much fun. We get started with that, you know, disco beats. The disco balls are coming down, and of course, Madonna comes down in that iconic once in a lifetime moment, riding the disco ball on top of the disco ball. When I saw that, I was just like, no way. I mean, how can you even top that? That's incredible. And I always think about, how did she pull that off? But she's Madonna. That's how she pulled that off. But starting with Express Yourself, I mean, that just looked like so much fun. You know, everyone was just on their feet. And let's not forget, this was the first tour that had the catwalk. And just to be able to be that close to Madonna back in the 90s, I mean, we're used to the catwalk now, but that must have been incredible for those people in those front seats. And back then, I mean, concert tickets were not like they are today for those kind of seats. So they were some lucky people to get that close and enjoy her in that scenario. Um, she just did such an amazing job, like bringing this, you know, 70s vibe, you know, the outfits, you know, the afro. Oh my God, I just loved it. And of course, there was a very somber afterwards, you know, after the first two songs. With her her ballad in this life, and Uh, One mega fan, Melanie Udieda from Florida, mentioned that was one of her favorite performances, as well as the title track Erotica was In This Life. Just a heartfelt, she said, very heartfelt message about her friends who died of AIDS. So I feel the juxtaposition of the happiness we have with what was going on at the time, with what was going on in the 90s, late 80s, 90s. Madonna, obviously personally affected by that, really brought it home, how important it was to be vigilant and to support the cause and help. The next segment was so much fun. Madonna was really camping it up, having a lot of fun. She was bringing out her inner Carmen Miranda here. This in La Isla Bonita. Such a great performance. But before that, we also had Madonna's Marlene Dietrich with Like a Virgin. I love singing along to Like a Virgin, just the way she did that. That was so funny. She was having so much fun just being theatrical, but also not just serious, but funny as well. Um, Giving us that joy that she has for her songs and recreating them in different ways. And of course, being that it is the girly show, historically through time, women and their importance in our history, Dietrich and her importance, and so many of these different iconic figures that Madonna was bringing to life through her eyes and her music. And I thought that's another element to what made this show so great, because just having a female point of view about so much of our history that is often forgotten, makes this show so special, for us to honor and pay tribute. And I mean, nowadays we see a lot more of that, but it wasn't very common back in the day. So that's another aspect of the show that I really love. And um, yeah, this was just a great segment leading into the, finales with Holiday and everybody. But just fun and joy. Again, the choreography is just on another level. Not just this performance, but when I think of her performances of Holiday and everybody, even Justify My Love, which was a slower choreography, but just the movements that they made in this tour, the way that they presented the songs was just, it was a different kind of choreography than what we had with Blonde Ambition, but it was just more, um, again, very theatrical, very well, thematically put together with whatever the presentation of the song was, if it was military or if it was street style. I mean, different styles of dance. And I'm looking forward to hearing what the dancers have to say about that in the reunion. So, once again, those of you that were lucky enough to actually go to this show, we really want to hear from you in the comments. We want to hear what your experience was like, because there weren't that many of us, especially in the States, that got the opportunity. So, for a lot of us, this was how we saw the show, the HBO special. And every fan was excited about this, just being able to see her. A live broadcast from Australia. There was a pre interview, which I remember she wore this cute, I think it was like an orange sweater. And yeah, we were just all so excited, the build up to watching it. I know for me, I was excited, just to see it, to see what it was going to be like. There was, back in those days, we didn't have like leaks or, fan made videos we could somehow get a hold of. So it was so nice to be able to see the footage all together at once as a fan community, at the same time. And I have a couple fans' perspectives on that. First of all, mega fan Melanie Udueda. I hope I'm saying your last name wrong, right, because if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. She's in Florida, and her reflections on it was that she wasn't able to go alone to the show, but she didn't want to go with her parents. So she missed out on this show, but she watched the HBO special and really loved it, being able to see every aspect of it through this live. They back then they weren't heavily edited, so you could actually see it like you were there. And I could totally relate to that. It was a way for us to be able to feel like we were right up close and up front. And another mega fan, Ryan Dean from Colorado, gave me his story and perspective about this HBO broadcast. As a matter of fact, in his case, his parents weren't so understanding about Madonna's whole erotica phase and sexual themed topics. So he wasn't allowed to see it, but he found a clever way in this regard, being able to watch the live broadcast because he waited for his dad to fall asleep in front of the television and snuck down and found a little spot. I believe he said in the kitchen where he just kind of was able to get a little bit of a listen to what Madonna was presenting in this show. And I say that's awesome. You found a way, right? Also, he said once it came out on VHS, he bribed his friend who worked at the video place to get him a copy as soon as possible. It's the things we Madonna fans do, right? So, yes, if you remember the HBO broadcast, which is how a lot of us saw this, tell us what you remember. Where were you when you watched it? Along with the tour itself, of course, comes the tour merchandise. And I was not at the show to know exactly all the tour merchandise, but we can see on eBay and different places kind of some of the selection. And if you were at the show and got a lot of the tour merch, definitely tell us what you got in the comments. But I was able to, with Icon, Icon had this tour program for sale, the Japanese edition, and I got a copy. I remember when I got it in the mail, I was so excited just to like look through it. And I remember it being so glossy and new. And I was like, ooh, it's so fancy. And so, it just had a nice kind of a slippery outer, the covering. Um, and the mask inside, you could have your own mask. So I still have it in very good condition. And I have a shirt too. One of the shirts, it was with the sailor hat, the red shirt, and in a extra large, I think. I got it from a dealer couple that I knew in Seattle. But those are my girly show tour collectibles, and I'm wondering which ones did you get? Have you gone on eBay or collected them at the time? Or were you able to go to the show and see all of the offerings, the t-shirts? Um, I don't know what posters were there. I mean, we love all the photo shoots from this era. She was so playful with the sailor cap and so many other looks that she had. So tell us about your tour merch stories and what you were able to find. I just wanted to piggyback on that last slide, which I was listening to Rain, and I just remembered that I wanted to share this. This is very special to me, but every time I watched the Girly Show DVD with my mom, who passed away in 2007, but she loved Rain. It was one of her favorite performances Madonna ever had. And I remember how she just loved the harmonies between Madonna, Nikki, and Donna. And she'd just close her eyes and smile listening to that. And that's something that I keep with me every time I hear the song and the performance. So I wanted to put that out there. Mom, I love you. And Rain I hope she performs it on this tour on Celebration in Seattle. That would be a moment for me. So we'll be crossing our fingers for that. But also, the promotions for this tour wasn't a lot because she's on tour, but we did have Girly Talk, which was on MTV, just getting us ready again for the tour. And I can remember she was talking about why she had the really short hair. She had the Girly Talk interview, and I remember talking about why her hair was short because of previously dyeing it pink and many other colors during the fever phase. And she just had to, basically, her hair was breaking off, so she had to cut it short. I remember really enjoying that interview. And of course, it was just more lead up into the show. And So that was a great promotions, as well as the pre-interview before the live broadcast. I thought I would share this little bit of extra here. I was going through some of the back issues of my original Everybody fanzine that I started back in 91. So, of course, I had a girly show edition, and this is one of the newspaper articles showcasing the gorgeous Vogue outfit. And so it's nice to look back at some of these articles and see, all the reviews. Of course, there wasn't as much coverage at the time because in the States we didn't have as many shows. But if you were in one of those cities where she performed, I'm sure there were lots of reviews that you were able to, grab in the newspapers. And, that's how we did it back then. We didn't have the internet was still quite new. So there wasn't a lot of that going on. But oh, yeah, it was just great to get anything from this tour. It was more of a scarce tour in terms of coverage, unlike Blonde Ambition, which was everywhere. Um, but I love this outfit. The costuming, the choreography, everything about this performance was amazing. So I thought I'd share this with you guys. As I find things, of course, through my eons and eons of clippings and things through the years, I'm sure I'll be finding more treasures we'll be looking at. Thank you all for coming out and enjoying this video and reflecting on the girly show with me. I hope you'll be able to check out MLVC Podcast 30th Anniversary Reunion Special with all the dancers from the show. It's going to be on eventbrite.com to get tickets. I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern Time today. So if you're Pacific Time, that's 1 p.m. or, whatever time zones you're in. They'll be able to, if you get a ticket, you'll be able to watch it later if you miss it at that time. It'll definitely be a lot of great stories and reflections the first time they're together again since the show. So you'll want to check that out. And of course, comment below any of your memories of this tour, any of your opinions, thoughts, reflections. Did you go? Did you watch the HBO or get the DVD, VHS, whatever, however you watched it? Tell us about it. And thank you so much, you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Are you looking for a great Madonna fan club to join? We have the place you need to be at Madonna Everybody Fan Club. Not only this channel, but we also have a Facebook group and a Facebook page titled Madonna Everybody Fan Club. You should definitely come check us out and join. We have contests, fan of the month, features, articles, and a great community for you to get to know and share your Madonna love with other fans. We also would love for you to comment, like, and subscribe on this video and tell us what you think. What do you like to see more of in this channel? We're here for you, and Madonna fans rock. So have a great day. Thank you.